You just heard Damien Vincennetti talking about the AFL, or as known, the Australian Football League, back in the 80s when it was played at Victoria Park. That audio piece was produced by Collarts student Bruno Vincennetti. Wow, Fred, I feel like Bruno really captured the essence of football, and it's just made me realise how much time has changed.
Yeah, no, you're right there.
I think more on that shortly. You're listening to Collarts Live on SYN 90.7 with Sienna
And Fred?
from Collarts. So just a quick warning, anybody listening, please be advised that the following segment includes conversations on politics, culture and sexual violence. So in the latest sports news, well, as of when this is being recorded, the Women's Tennis Association has announced the suspension of all China and Hong Kong tournaments. So Fred, can you tell listeners what's the story?
Yeah, no, this is actually an update to a story that begun at the start of November, and it's been unfolding since. So Chinese tennis player Peng Shui, on, I think it was the 2nd of November, she posted on Weibo, which is like a Chinese equivalent of Twitter, a statement that accused a former Chinese politician of sexually assaulting her back in 2018.
That's big.
And what was even worse, well, what grew concern was following that, not only was the post removed, but she disappeared for around 3 weeks.
Wow.
And this grew concern from the Women's Tennis Association and people such as Serena Williams. They were demanding to find out what happened to her. And then after these 3 weeks, she did come out. Videos were released, and just shortly she was on a video call. But so it's seen that she's alive, but people are still doubting her safety and well-being. And yeah.
So can I just add to that? Overnight there has also been an update that the European Union has made demands to the Chinese government requesting proof of her well-being.
Yeah. No.
So I think that just says how quickly this has all escalated. But I'm just curious, why is this such a big thing, Fred?
Yeah, no, if you're not aware on like political context, you may be confused as to why this post made an entire community so concerned about her well-being. The thing is that China, they, in modern history, they have big laws regarding censorship. And there's been many incidences where within the country, anything that kind of puts the government or any officials in bad light is censored or removed. For example, in 2017, there was a meme across China where they associated the looks of their president with Winnie the Pooh. And that seems quite trivial to us, but they actually banned Winnie the Pooh in total.
You're
yeah.
kidding.
And this goes even longer, like historical events such as Tiananmen Square in 1989, where it puts the government in bad light because if you don't know about that, there were university protests and the Chinese government responded with killing them, I guess, is a nice way of saying it. And it's like taboo history over there. People don't know about it. They refuse to talk about it. So Peng Shui's situation is the latest example of how this country censors information.
Yeah, I did read that there was a young tennis fan over there who didn't even know she'd gone missing.
Yeah, no, it's interesting if you hadn't heard about it before. And the story's just kind of shedding light on that, you know, especially with things like the Me Too movement, which had so much support in Western society, such as the Harvey Weinstein scandal. So interesting that, well, how this has played out.
Yeah, and I think similarly we watched with the whole Brittany Higgins case and how social media had sort of gotten around it and how people who didn't know her were supporting it and even how the government didn't try to hide that away.
Yeah.
So I think that's definitely come at a good time, especially now, to have this conversation about censorship and the future of it.
Yeah, the story kind of breaks the bubble of how our world treats societal issues, and it's showing us a glance at how other countries and other societies will treat things we're dealing with, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. So just one last note, if anything mentioned today has affected you, please feel free to reach out to the 1-800-RESPECT line. That's the National Sexual Assault, Domestic and Family Violence Counselling Service. Coming up next is Daphne and Violet talking about toxic relationships. The song you're hearing now is Famous by Australian electro-pop band Parcels.